Hi, everybody. Teresa here. Welcome to Fun Friday. We're going to be making some protein peanut butter cups with the doTERRA protein powder. I put it in my own little container here, so it's a little easier for me to get out. I have my two assistant chefs, and they're going to help me make peanut butter cups because they've made it lots of times. We love these things. So we are making them in little mini peanut butter, little teeny muffin pans, muffin cups. I bought little silicone ones that I keep reusing them over and over. The recipe calls for the large size, but I just use a little size. It calls for some, what does it call for, Miss Assistant?
So we need 1.5 cups of chocolate chips.
Okay, 1.5 cups of chocolate chips.
They have to be dark chocolate.
I like dark chocolate, so yes, we use dark chocolate chips. What's our next one?
Peanut, we need 1/3 of peanut butter.
Okay, now that's not quite yet. We're not quite ready for the peanut butter, but you do need 1/3 cup of peanut butter. Sometimes I use a little bit more because the protein powder seems a little dry. So I do add another little scoopy of peanut butter for the right consistency. What else do we need, assistant?
The protein powder, you need 1 scoop of it.
1 scoop. It comes with its own scoop. So 1 full scoop. I'm not quite ready for it yet, but what else do we need, my assistant chef?
We need 1 teaspoon of coconut. Can I put stuff in?
Coconut oil. The coconut oil, hang on a second, my assistant. So with your mini chocolate chips, we're going to melt that, but you do need a little glug of some coconut oil. So what's the measurement?
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. I don't measure it. I just stick in a glug. So when you melt it, it melts together with the coconut oil and the mini chocolate chips or the chocolate chips. Okay. What else do we have as assistant chef? Is that it? Is that all the ingredients? So it only has 1, 2, 3, 4 ingredients. That's it. That's why I love it, because it's more healthy than something you would buy at the store with sugar and other added ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and melt the chocolate chips, and we're going to be right back. We're going to pause the recording and we'll come back when the chocolate chips are melted.
So, also you can use the mini cups, but temporarily you're supposed to use big cups. She just uses mini cups because she doesn't want a lot of sugar, because the chocolate chips.
Well, there's no sugar in them, but
yeah,
they're just nice bite size. They're a nice little dessert for after a meal. I mean, you can certainly make them big. I just prefer to make them small. So we're going to go melt some chocolate. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We melted our chocolate in the microwave, and my assistant chef is going to tell you how we did that.
So we put it in the microwave in a glass bowl for about 30 seconds, and then she stirred it around because she needs to stir it to make sure that it melts properly and that it melts. And if it doesn't melt, you can put it in, you could throw it in for about like 20 more seconds or however long you feel it needs to be. And after you're done, you're going to put like 1 spoonful of it into the cups. You don't want it filled all the way because we're going to put chocolate. Then we're going to mix the peanut butter with the protein powder. And then that'll make a certain mixture. And then we will put it in the middle. We'll let the bottom freeze while we make the protein powder with the peanut butter. And then after that's done, we'll put it in the middle. And then we'll put another layer of chocolate. We don't have to freeze when the protein powder's in. So we'll just put another layer of chocolate, freeze it for a little while, and then it'll be done. It's a simple, I think.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah.
It sounds complicated, but it's not. You can see my other assistant chef is just taking a little bit of chocolate on her spoon. Thank you, my assistant. I'm going to stop you for a second. And putting it just in the bottom, just the cover the bottom of each little muffin. There it is. And I like to kind of gonna go like that so it evens out. So just a little bit is in the bottom of each muffin. And then we're gonna finish doing that to all these, pop it in the freezer so that the freezer, it, hardens. It only takes a couple minutes in the freezer. Then we'll pull it back out and we'll make the peanut butter middle inside, the good stuff. Well, it's all good stuff. All right, we'll be right back. Hi, we're back for a few minutes. We have our chocolate in the cups in the freezer for a little bit. I do have some chocolate left, so we need this to top off, make the top layer of the peanut butter cups. So in the meantime, when it's freezing, I always take the I already put the peanut butter in here, and we put the scoop of protein powder, and then I scoop it or I stir it with a fork to get the right consistency. So we're going to try to make that work here in front of you. We shall see.
And also, if you don't want a topping, you don't have to have a topping for the peanut butter cups. You can leave it plain if you'd like to. It's just we like it with the top chocolate.
Yeah, we like a chocolate top and a chocolate bottom with the peanut butter protein in the middle.
Sometimes it'll get in clumps like this because of the peanut butter. This is why we mix it with a fork though, so we can like break up those pieces of peanut butter. Just like mix it. This kind of breaks it up if you keep doing it over and over and over and over again. And then like it turns out so good. Sometimes when I do this with my grandma, I always eat it. I always have to eat some of it. I can't it's like I can't survive without eating a little bite of it.
So we're mixing it up to a nice doughy consistency. So it does take some time, but you have time while you're waiting for it in the freezer. Okay, so just take your time, kind of smush it down and keep working it until you have all that protein powder worked into the peanut butter. And if you feel when you get to a certain point, it's a teeny weeny bit dry and you need a little bit more peanut butter, just get a little bit more and add it until you get the right consistency. So we're going to take a break and we'll come back in a minute or two when we have that consistency right. All right, so we're going to pause and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So I wanted to show you the consistency of this. It's kind of beyond crumbly. I had to add some more peanut butter because it really wasn't holding together well, but you want to make sure it holds together into a little ball. So again, if it's too crumbly, too dry, then just add some more peanut butter. And we just kept smushing it, and mixing it with a fork. So that did take a couple minutes. Okay, so my assistant's going to take over.
So it's totally fine to add a little more peanut butter if you feel like it needs some, because the peanut butter shouldn't be like totally like a really, like it shouldn't look like just like balls of the powder, like the powder stuff. It shouldn't look like that. Like if the powder stuff's in a ball, it shouldn't really look like that. What we did is, well, it doesn't have to be totally light brown, but we just like, that's totally like kind of what they're supposed to look like.
Okay, so we made some balls already. So we smushed it together. We, did like this, and we have some pre-made. So all we're going to do now is we're going to take a little ball of the peanut butter yummy stuff and put it on our frozen chocolate.
Can I try it?
And just mush it down so that there's room to put some more chocolate on top. So now we're going to put the balls in there and smush it down, set it down. Yep.
Put this one.
Yeah, put some on that one, please.
Okay.
Okay, so we're just putting in the balls, smushing it down, make sure they could see it.
But you have to make sure that the chocolate's totally frozen.
Right.
So it won't melt on the peanut butter.
Yeah, which I have done it with it not frozen, but it does work better when the chocolate is frozen. So we're just taking a ball, putting it on the frozen chocolate, mushing it down.
What I do is I kind of like put it on 2 fingers and then I smush it down with my other thumb, like I smush it and make it like a little mini pancake, and then I place it on there and smush it to make sure it's the right size of the little mini muffin cake.
So we have another one going on over here. Go ahead, grab another one. So it can be a little bit messy depending on you and your assistants.
If you have
If you have any, shoot, if you have your assistants, you know, it could be, and don't be surprised if you get chocolate on your fingers.
just go wash. your
That's
hands when you're
okay.
done.
Okay, now sometimes we have some leftover peanut butter protein stuff, and so we might make a few more extra ones, and so we'll do that off camera, but we're gonna go ahead and show you how to put the chocolate on here. So we have
And
some
also,
leftover
it is very
chocolate.
good to eat,
It is.
by
You gotta
itself.
try to not eat it while you're doing this.
but it's so
Okay.
good.
Okay, go ahead and try to drip some on there. We have somebody over here eating everything. So we're just drizzling some more chocolate on top. You want to make it look nice, but mine doesn't always come out nice looking.
And if you need to melt more chocolate because you don't have exactly enough as you need, that is totally okay.
So we're going to go ahead and show you a few more how we drizzle the chocolate on top, and then we'll stop and we'll show them when we're done. Okay. So the chocolate stays nice and melty because I think it has that coconut in it, that melted coconut in it as well. So that might allow it to stay in that liquidy state. So you can see it can be a little bit messy if you're not real careful, but it doesn't matter because it tastes good. Doesn't matter how they look.
Yeah, like some of them will turn out like, see, this one kind of has a little peanut butter around it. It doesn't have total chocolate all over it.
Well, you can
That's
go back and
fine,
put
though.
some, you can go back and add some more chocolate.
Yeah,
That's
but
always good.
If you want to leave it like that, that's okay. It's not like the
Guys, I need some for mine.
peanut butter is a volcano.
This typically
speed
makes
out.
me about, of these little mini ones, what, about 18 mini ones. And then I just let them freeze and harden up again so all the chocolate is melted. And then I put them in a baggie and we just pull them off out of here and save these and eat the goodness that's inside.
And also, my mom does it in these little like square ones. They're all connected, and she just does it in their square because it's rubber.
Right.
And so she does it like that, and it makes them square because she likes it square, so she can cut it evenly.
Right. So they have a silicone, like a cookie mold or candy mold or something. So it's all the squares are attached together in a silicone mold, and they make them in there, and then they just pop them out of the silicone mold and they come out perfectly good. They're just a different shape. So you can also make them a different shape if that happens to be what you have. So we're going to go ahead and stop the camera, finish up, put them in the freezer, and we'll show you how they look. Okay, we'll be right back. Hi, we're back. So we have everything ready to go. My assistant, lovely assistant, is going to take over.
So we did the top chocolate before we paused, and we then put them in the freezer for a little while. And so how to get them out, there might be some extra chocolate on the sides, which that'll break when you kind of take it off. So you just want to carefully like touch the middle. You might get a tiny bit messy if they're not melted a lot. So you just kind of peel it and then see how it kind of comes off. Then you peel it the rest of the way.
So show them how it looks with the layers.
So
she just took her silicone thing off, and now
So
we
it's-
have this awesome layered, luscious. My other assistant, are you going to take yours off?
yeah.
Oh, and then you eat it. Now what we do, we keep them in the freezer, but when it's time to eat them, I kind of take them out and set them out for a little bit of time so they kind of come down to room temperature. Then we eat them. So we're gonna go ahead and eat them. Thank you so much for watching us make these protein peanut butter cups. I'll post the recipe with this. So let's go ahead and.
And sometimes if you make them small enough, you can just eat them like my grandma did. Like you can just go.
If you have a big enough mouth.
Hey, did you just insult my big mouth?
Seriously, you have to have a big enough mouth to shove it in.
Okay, thanks for watching. We hope you make your own peanut butter cups and let us know how they go. Leave a comment. Bye-bye.